What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a huge topic to dive into. The Dallas Cowboys have been making headlines recently, and I'm here to break down what could be a game-changing move for America's team. Could Dre Greenlaw, the star linebacker from the San Francisco 49ers, be the key to unlocking the Cowboys' Super Bowl run? Stick around, because I'm about to explain why this move could be a total game-changer. Now, before we get into the specifics of Dre Greenlaw and his impact, let's talk about the big picture. The Dallas Cowboys, as we all know, have been one of the most consistent teams in the NFL over the last few years. But let's be real, despite all the talent on the roster, they haven't been able to break through to that elusive Super Bowl title. Sure, the Cowboys have one of the best defenses in the league, but they've also had some glaring weaknesses that need to be addressed if they're going to take that next step. With Micah Parsons leading the charge, you've got one of the most dynamic pass rushers in the game. But what about the linebacker position? Specifically, that inside linebacker spot? We've seen some ups and downs at the linebacker position. Leighton Vander Esch, while talented, has had injury issues that have kept him off the field at critical times. And while the Cowboys have a solid core, many fans, including myself, believe they could really use a playmaker in the middle of the defense. Enter Dre Greenlaw. Let's talk about Dre Greenlaw because this dude has been absolutely lighting up the league. The 49ers linebacker is a wrecking ball on defense, constantly flying to the ball, making tackles in the open field, and being a general nuisance to opposing offenses. In his career, Greenlaw has racked up over 400 tackles, with several of those coming in key moments, including some huge hits in the playoffs. And let me tell you, Cowboys fans, he's one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL. In fact, I'd argue that Greenlaw could be the missing piece that elevates the Cowboys' defense from elite to absolutely unstoppable. Not only does Greenlaw have the speed and physicality to dominate in the run game, but his coverage ability is elite. Whether it's covering running backs out of the backfield or tracking tight ends down the field, he's a linebacker that can do it all. And let's be real, that's exactly what the Cowboys need. So, let's get into why Greenlaw would be the perfect fit for the Cowboys. First off, his versatility is a huge asset. The Cowboys love to run a hybrid defense, with a mix of base 4-3 and nickel packages. Greenlaw's ability to play both inside and outside linebacker means he can slide into different roles depending on the situation. Whether it's a 2-linebacker set or a 3-linebacker set, Greenlaw can seamlessly adjust. Think about it, Greenlaw, alongside Micah Parsons, can create a nightmare for offenses. Parsons can focus on rushing the passer, while Greenlaw locks down the middle of the field. The combination of both would create constant pressure on quarterbacks and disrupt running games. Imagine Parsons on one side, Greenlaw in the middle, and a defense that's absolutely suffocating. And let's not forget the leadership element. Greenlaw is known for his fiery demeanor on the field. His energy and intensity would bring a new level of swagger to the Cowboys' defense. We've seen how impactful a leader like Micah Parsons has been, but imagine adding a player who can elevate the play of everyone around him, especially in the middle of the field. Now, let's talk about the big question on everyone's mind. Can the Cowboys actually pull off a trade for Dre Greenlaw? Well, the rumors have been swirling. There are reports that the San Francisco 49ers may be open to moving Greenlaw, especially with their stacked linebacker core and salary cap situation. But here's the catch: Greenlaw is entering the final year of his contract, which means the Cowboys would likely have to give up some significant assets to get him. The 49ers may want a high draft pick or even a young player in return. If you're the Cowboys, do you go all in on this trade and potentially offer a second or third round pick? Jerry Jones has made it clear he's not afraid to make bold moves when it comes to building a Super Bowl contender. If the Cowboys think Greenlaw is the missing piece, don't be surprised if they make an aggressive push to secure him. So, what happens if the Cowboys land Dre Greenlaw? Well, first off, his presence on the field will immediately improve their run defense. With Greenlaw's ability to shed blockers and wrap up ball carriers, the Cowboys would become even more formidable against the run. But it's not just the run game. His coverage skills could help take the Cowboys' pass defense to the next level. With Greenlaw in the middle, the Cowboys could now lock down tight ends and running backs, which has been a weakness in the past. This gives defensive coordinator Dan Quinn more flexibility to mix up coverages and create confusion for quarterbacks. Plus, the overall confidence boost that comes with having a linebacker like Greenlaw is undeniable. The defense would feel even more explosive, knowing that they've got a player who can make a game-changing play at any moment. Now, we all know the ultimate goal for the Cowboys, the Super Bowl. And with the NFC being as competitive as it is, the Cowboys are going to need to be at their absolute best. With Greenlaw in the fold, the defense would not only be elite, it would be borderline unstoppable. Add that to an offense led by Dak Prescott and weapons like CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard, and you're looking at a complete team. Let's face it, the Cowboys are just a few pieces away from having the roster to win it all. Greenlaw could be that piece. The defense is already one of the top units in the league, but with him anchoring the middle and taking pressure off Parsons, the entire defense would reach a new level. Let's break this down even more. We've seen in recent years that the NFC has been stacked with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Packers, all vying for that top spot. While the Cowboys have certainly held their own, there's been something holding them back. That missing piece has always been a strong, reliable linebacker who can fill the gaps, both literally and figuratively. Greenlaw is the type of player who can plug that hole. And it's not just the physical attributes that make him a good fit for the Cowboys, but his mentality. He's a gamer, someone who thrives in big moments. He's always in the right position at the right time, which is something that the Cowboys' defense has struggled with in the past. Additionally, the combination of Greenlaw's leadership and his ability to read the field would bring stability to the defense. It's no secret that the Cowboys' defense sometimes gets exposed in critical moments, particularly in the middle of the field. With Greenlaw on board, the Cowboys would not only have the pass rush of Micah Parsons but also a solid and reliable player in the middle who can help make those crucial tackles when it matters most. And when you're going up against teams like the Eagles, who have strong offenses, or the 49ers, who boast one of the best running games in the league, having a linebacker like Greenlaw is a necessity. Now, let's talk about the financial side of things. The Cowboys have always been mindful of their salary cap situation, and that's been a big factor in their decision-making process over the years. But adding Greenlaw wouldn't necessarily break the bank. He's in the final year of his contract, so the Cowboys wouldn't be tied to a long-term deal unless they decide to extend him. This could actually work to their advantage, as it allows them to evaluate his fit in the defense before committing to a larger financial investment. If Greenlaw performs at the level everyone expects him to, a long-term deal could come down the road, but for now, it's a relatively low-risk move. The bottom line is this: Dre Greenlaw could be the game-changer the Cowboys need. His ability to dominate the run game, improve coverage, and lead the defense would take the Cowboys from good to great. In an NFC that's stacked with top-tier teams, the Cowboys need all the help they can get. If they can bring Greenlaw in, they'll not only improve their defense but also give themselves a real shot at making a deep playoff run. Whether it's making the big stop on 3 road and short or snagging an interception in the postseason, Greenlaw's impact would be felt immediately. For Cowboys fans, this is the kind of move that could lead to something special: a Super Bowl appearance and, dare one say, a Super Bowl win. So, Cowboys Nation, the question is, do you think the Cowboys should make a move for Dre Greenlaw? Does he have what it takes to push this team over the edge and bring us that elusive Super Bowl title? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Do you think Greenlaw is the missing piece? Let's talk about it. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest Dallas Cowboys news and updates. I'll see you next time, and remember, stay strong, stay proud, and always stay Cowboys.